Hello, friends. Welcome to Squared Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today I'll be showing you my planner in action by taking you through my daily planning routine. I've got my smartphone with me for reference and my trusty pen cup with all of my supplies, so we're ready to dive in. First off, let's talk about my tabs for a bit. At the top are my top tabs, and those guide me through my daily morning routine. I basically start from the front and work my way to the back. This very first spread here I like to reference is my future log. I like to see what I've got going on for the day and if there's anything that I need to pay attention to. We are going to skip over the next three tabs since they have sensitive information, and then we're going to jump ahead to my agenda monthly, which is the second planner in my series of tabs. I like to look it over real quick, just again, make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing as far as events, appointments, and such. Then we move on to my goals spread, and I like to review the weekly tasks, see if I've made any progress. I also will usually glance over at my goals and just make sure that I am keeping those front of mind. Next, we have the spread I'm in most of the day, which is my Agenda Weekly Planner. It is an hourly dashboard layout, which I use to track my time blocking on the left for the week, and then also all of my tasks and to-dos on the right. So I'm just quickly filling in the things that I know need to be done today. I also review the previous days, see what I was able to get done, check those off if I haven't already, and then review what I need to do time-wise in order to move the day forward. I do have some pre-planned items in the time-blocked area. I had quite a busy start to the week, so I haven't had a chance to come back in here and just get the items solidified for Monday and Tuesday. I am going to go ahead and use my markers for highlighting each of the time blocks as they worked out, using the lighter highlighter right now, the lighter color for my work tasks, and anything that's kind of active for me. Anything that's more like downtime, a break, going to bed, things like that, I will put in the darker brown. I like to distinguish things where I'm actively doing something versus when I'm trying to take a break and rest. So I usually use the two colors of the theme to differentiate that in my hourly schedule. So I'm just highlighting and kind of mapping out the time it took for most of these items. And again, I am going to be using that tan marker for that. And then we'll go back through with the darker marker and just highlight the confirmed rest times. And like I said, I do like to pre-plan, so I will go ahead and kind of finish pre-planning the rest of today. If it goes to plan, then I will come back and fill this out. If not, I will erase and adjust it as the day unfolds so that I know where my time is actually being spent. This has been invaluable for me to really figure out how long things take and to help me plan better in the future and time block better in the future. I do have some tentative items there going towards the end of the week, and if they work out, great. If not, again, I can always erase with my friction pen, which is what I love about it. Looking pretty good here for the weekly overview. So let's go to the next tab, which is actually my social media and my month overview tab. They kind of share the same tab together. So here on the left, I have my monthly to-do list along with my habit trackers for productive type things. So I have that ready, and I filled out that yesterday was all about work tasks, but I didn't do anything else with goals or social. I am going to review my social media schedule next, and I see that I need to make a few revisions, change some things up, specifically because I had a bunch of work tasks that need to be done, so that kind of puts a damper on my filming schedule usually when that happens. I also had pre-planned all of my videos to go up on Friday, but I think I want to try to get them up on Thursday if possible. So I will be denoting that in the schedule as well. So I'm just going to make adjustments on when I think I'm going to film what videos and when they're going to be able to come out. I also would normally take this time right now and post my Instagram post or reel or whatever it is I'm putting on Instagram at this time. But usually that takes me a while to set up and, get it out there into the internets. So I'm just going to skip that for now and I'll come back to it after we're done with this video. So that's what I do. I reference that. And then I also will take a screenshot of each of my social platforms follower or subscriber counts. And then I will write those in on the page on the back, which is my social stats page. Also review any weekly tasks that I want to do. And then I also will look at my cleaning schedule, which I recently updated. And sometimes I get ideas on what needs to be done and will pencil them in or pin them in onto my weekly schedule at this time. I just added vacuum the house on Sunday since that's what I'm supposed to clean for the week. We'll see if that happens. And then as I was doing that, I realized I also need to put in designing my weekly spreads for the next week on Saturday, just to make sure that those get done. I also want to have the date night for me and my husband on that Saturday as well. Just thinking of some other things. I usually walk with my friend on Friday, so I'll just pin that in as well, and we'll figure out a time when the date draws nearer. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump to the next set of tabs, which is my health planner. And the first tab is a monthly tab. I use this for tracking my workouts. So Tuesday, no workout, which is kind of a bummer because I really do like to work out every day if I can, but I was just super busy with work. Then I put in the total calories and their protein that I had eaten for the day. And usually this is when I take the time to go into my MyFitnessPal, the app on my phone, and I will map out everything that I ate that day to get the calorie count as well as the protein amount. I had planned to be doing a diet that didn't require tracking called the 21-day fix for the month of March. But I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to pre-set up that diet at all. So I'm just still eating the way that I normally do. But I'm still kind of wanting to keep track of my calories and my protein just to make sure that I'm not going crazy with calories and my protein goals are getting met as close as possible. When I'm stressed or when I have a lot going on, I tend to not prioritize my nutrition as much. And that's kind of what's going on right now. I own it and I do what I can to maintain a healthy lifestyle with the time and the effort that I can give it. So I went ahead and filled in the day's food log, and now I'm going back through and am going to check the calorie count, which is there at the top, as well as a protein count, and write that in. So that's a big step. That takes me a little bit of time usually in the morning because I have to remember everything that I ate and, amounts and such. Then I move on to the next spread, which is my health overview spread. And in here I check to see how I was doing with my health stats and goals. Didn't work out, so I didn't get 10,000 steps. I didn't close my rings. And from the MyFitnessPal app, I didn't get the protein amount, but I did stay under 16,000 calories, which worked out. So that was at least one thing I could highlight there in my habit tracker. Then I put in my steps, and of course they were pretty low because, again, I didn't work out. I added that and then just highlighted the bar graph. Now we're on to my weekly spread, which is the third tab. And here I enter in my daily stats, my workout, which didn't happen, as you can see, and then my food log. So I'm going to go ahead and do the food log now. And I keep it pretty general. I just kind of want to have an idea of what I ate. Since I've already entered it into the MyFitnessPal app, I don't really need to get real specific on the amounts and everything. I can usually remember pretty well from day to day since I only usually eat 1 to 2 meals a day, and they're pretty simple. So I have that in there, and I've added in my stats as well, and that I use my health stats tracker. I think it's called Health View. The last spread that I use in this planner is my meds and supplements tracker, which is kind of like my health overview chart. It tracks all of the things that I have ingested or put on my skin or whatever that I want to keep track of. And then also I add in any symptoms that I'm feeling as far as my health and chronic issues there on the side. And I've been using a symbol code this week to get that in. I did pull out my weight tracker, which is something that I normally would also enter in, something I'm not going to be sharing right now, but I would enter in my daily body weight as well. So since I took that out, I'll go ahead and drop that back in. Next, we're on to the last planner section in here, which is my faith planner. And in here, I usually skip ahead to the third tab and start with my lettering for the day, which is on a weekly spread. And then I go into the app, the Bible app, and look at the verse of the day that's come up. I will read the verse as well as usually look at any of the given images for the verse to get some ideas on how I might want to letter the verse up in my planner. And if I don't see anything that's really eye-catching, I'll just kind of figure it out as I go. So I have it there for reference, and then I will start by penciling in the idea I think I want to have there on the day. I do normally pencil it in just because I want to make sure it looks cute, basically. I do have a lettering series talking about how I come up with my lettering for each of these verses, techniques I use to help keep it fresh and interesting, create some variety within the lettering without a lot of effort or, a lot of training maybe with different styles of lettering. You just kind of adjust your own lettering in different ways, and the tips I think are pretty helpful if you're just starting out but want to have cute, unique lettering in your planner for some purpose. So I just penciled in part of the verse because it's a pretty long verse, and in this half letter planner that I'm using, it's a little bit more constrained on space, and when I enter in a really long verse, it just doesn't look as good. I can't be as free with it when I design it, so I definitely have truncated the full verse specifically for lettering to make it nice and cute at the end. After I've actually penciled in what I want to do, then I go into my daily Bible reading. I go through the Bible once a year and basically, I would say read, but it's not technically reading because most of the time I'm listening to the Bible throughout the year, and I have that going. I'm listening actively as I pin in the verse. I usually need to think a lot more when I'm figuring out how I want the verse to look. But at this point, I can pretty much tune out and really hone in on what's being said on the Bible reading, which I find helpful. Saves me some time in the morning when I can do that, just so that I don't have to separate out each individual task. I can kind of do two things at once and get more done in my planner and spend less time in there. I like to use one color with black on each of my verses of the day, and today I'm using a brush tip pen. I usually will use a fine liner as well as a black brush tip pen as well. And then, like I said, as it's reading it to me, I'm basically pinning in the verse, kind of finalizing it, making my color choices, and then I'll go back and clean up all the pencil marks. It's still going, and that gives me a little bit of time to jump into the last spread that I usually fill out, which is my memory keeping planner, a monthly spread, and at the very back of all of the planners here. So I'll just quickly pencil in a highlight from yesterday. It was an office day, and I forgot my laptop charger, which was super annoying, and I had to cut the day short and go home early to go get it. So I thought that was a memorable thing that I should probably denote here on this Memory a Day planner. So I'm just going to go ahead and pencil that in as well first, just make sure everything fits, and then I will pin it in with a fine liner. I usually will use one color or two colors and a black fine liner in this planner to keep things somewhat simple on this layout. Now that I've got that in, I will go ahead and go back to my faith planner and start with that monthly spread there. This spread, I just mark in the verses that I'm reading for the day. So I just went through numbers 34 and 36, and Mark 11 is actually still being read to me. It's still going. It was a long set of verses this morning. I'm still listening. I'm still actively listening, just trying to get a few things down while it's going. So we're all done, and now I am on the last spread I'll fill out here, which is my faith overview spread. I use that habit tracker to just denote all of the things that I just did, the reading, the lettering. I usually will think of a gratitude as part of my prayer, and then I will also pray over my prayer list as well. That basically concludes my morning routine in my planner. If there's other things that I need, I will go through different sections and, cross-check it if needed. But otherwise, that is it, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.